I want you to imagine you're on vacation. You're in a cool place with your favorite people doing things you love to do. Maybe you have a few responsibilities or none, but the point is, you're free and you've never been happier. What's the catch, you ask? This vacation ends in 1 year and it's never coming back. So you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna tell yourself, 12 months is so far away. I don't need to think about that right now. And you're gonna put it off. It'll creep up, and when it hits you hard. So this was me. In 8th grade, living my year-long vacation in Whistler. I had never felt more free and more happy, and I did not want to think about the end because I couldn't imagine a life anywhere else. So when it did eventually come, it hit me hard. It ended with a quick drive from California, all the way from Whistler all the way to California. A 17-hour drive with nothing but me, my dad, no access to aux, the sweet sound of business calls and podcasts. And don't get me wrong, I love my dad, but I don't want to fall asleep to EDM music. So as I was sitting here, it was 13 hours into the drive, and I was thinking about everything I had lost, all my friends, all my freedom, my middle school boyfriend, and I grew so sad. And as I sat there, I grew exhausted. I shut my eyes, and you know that feeling when a bright light is being shown in your face, and you can feel it on your face, but your eyes are closed? So that was happening, and I was confused because it was the dead of the night. So I opened my eyes, and I see this. The road was on fire. We had just crossed the California border, and there looked like there was no way around this fire. Smoke billowed into the sky, painting it a post-apocalyptic orange, like Blade Runner 2049, and the car was surrounded by flames. Suddenly, all the things I had been dwelling on just left my head. I was in a state of shock, because what the hell was happening? This was when global warming slapped me in the face. And this is when I started to think long term. I used to take 30-minute long, boiling hot showers, and I stopped that and truncated it. I used to order Shein packages every week with clothes I never wore, and I stopped doing that. I really started to pay attention in class, and I found a passion for environmental justice and advocacy. So this year, I became the captain of the Brentwood Environmental Action Team, and I was tasked with motivating the entire student body to care about the environment. So what about the people who haven't been slapped in the face, who haven't dealt with the floods, the droughts, the fires, the hurricanes? How was I supposed to convince them that this should be a priority? And I came up with a list of 4 main incentives of what drive us day to day to do things. Money. So you see these boys around campus with the craziest haircuts, and you think, who did they pay to get that done? And then you find out, oh, they got paid $130, and it makes sense. Could I pay people to care about the environment? We have clout. This is the peer approval, the reward at the end of a competition that makes us want to do things. Could I create games and pit people against each other to care? We have fear, the feeling when we're studying until 5 a.m. for your anatomy and physiology test that you haven't even looked at, because what if you fail? What if your parents are disappointed in you? This is what drives us to do this. Could I scare people into caring about the environment? And the quick fix. I know we all know that feeling, scrolling on Reels for hours when there's a pile of work we have to do. And this is because we get dopamine from doing things like this. It's a quick fix. It rushes our brain and makes us feel satisfied for only a moment. The same feeling we get when we online shop or eat fast food or vape, things that aren't good for us, but they rush our brains with dopamine. So the 3 main incentives that drive us day to day fall under the quick fix umbrella. They're short term, they're not long lasting, so how was I supposed to convince people to care and make long-term changes to their life when these incentives weren't even good? I do not have the funds to pay everyone to recycle properly. What happens when there's no longer a competition, when there's no longer a winner? Would people still care? And I could scare people, but what if I told you our world has never been hotter? There are more CO2 particles in the air than there has been in human history. This is increasing rates of cancer and asthma. Icebergs are melting, communities are underwater, people are dying, and our world is going to end. You see what happened there? You wanted to shut that out because that stresses us, that fears us. We have so many things day to day that we have to worry about. So why another stressor? Why another thing we have to worry about? So at this point, I was confused. How was I going to convince people? And then it hit me. A fifth incentive. Something that's less obvious, something we don't strive for day to day when we should. The anti-quick fix. Long-term happiness. When I tell you, if you focus on long-term happiness, you are an untapped gold mine of potential in yourself, a gold mine to grow. And it's those things in the long term that will aid you. It'll give you perpetual satisfaction, not just the quick rush, not just the quick fix. So how do you do this, you may ask? So we have a horse, and he looks like a pretty chill horse. He looks fine, but he would prosper if he was in a pack because horses thrive in herds. We are like horses. When we are part of a community bigger than ourselves, with other people, together we thrive. It is the things that give us purpose, being a part of something larger with people, surrounding ourselves together. Harvard conducted a 75-year study to figure out the secret to happiness in life. Was it fame? Was it money? No, it was the quality of our relationships with each other, how happy we are with the people around us that contributed to happier, longer living, and healthier lives together. We have a horse who wants to learn how to box, but how's he gonna do that? He can't even stand up on two legs. But you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna practice, get a punching bag, and every day he's gonna go at it. And he may not be Conor McGregor tomorrow, but the more he tries and the more he practices, he'll get better. It'll be uncomfortable, but we only thrive in discomfort. We only grow through discomfort. Our minds get smarter when we challenge them. Our muscles grow when we lift until failure. You can't go in the gym and bench 225 on the first day. You have to go every day and work at it. Only in discomfort and training can we thrive. We have a horse. Your dream is to become a cowboy. But this is a wild horse. It's scared. It goes crazy. It doesn't want you to ride it. So you have two options. You can A, give up on this horse and run away. Or you can ride this horse. You can tame this horse. So what the heck is she talking about? Let me tell you, this horse is the physical manifestation of all your fears, all your stressors and anxieties. When it bucks and when it goes crazy, it controls you, and you don't want that. You want to control your fears by doing something about it, taking the reins of your stressors and your fears by actually changing your life and focusing on those fears, and you grow. Do not be victim to them. Control them. Tame them. So here are the three aspects of long-term happiness. Together, training and taming. So once I cracked this, I could relate this back to my club. Together, we are not in this world alone. When we care about each other and when we do things for the environment, we are a part of something bigger than just ourselves, a larger purpose, a life purpose. Together. Training. If you train your environmental habits every day, you get better and better. It becomes second nature. Don't be too lazy to sort your trash. Just do it, because eventually it will become second nature. And taming. I know you've all thought about the environment, all been scared about what could happen, but if you do something about it, if you take the reins on these stressors and the fears, they will not control you. So I implore you to scrap the quick fixes. Be generous to your future self. Become a part of a larger community together. Train, embrace discomfort, and tame your stressors and your fears. Take the reins of your life and focus on your long-term happiness. Thank you.